U.S. history, welcome back to class. Okay, so we're in the home stretch here. I know I've already put out a few announcements regarding just kind of the end of the year and some important reminders, but I'm going to throw this one out, try to keep it really concise and brief, and focus on a few things that you should have on your radar in order to finish with the best U.S. history grade you possibly can at this point. This message is for anybody, whether you have an A or an E in class or somewhere in between. You should watch this message and kind of have your checklist and go through and make sure you've accounted for the things I'm about to go over. First up, I'm pretty lenient on late work. The only assignments I don't take past the due date are the Q&A posts, those participation ones that I put up about once a week. So if there's anything that you're seeing as a 0 on PowerSchool, maybe it's a quiz, an assignment, the illustrations project, I'll still take that stuff. You'll lose a few points for it being late, but it'll be far better than taking a 0. Or if you just had a low quiz score, you can shoot me an email and request a retake, and I'll get it back to you ASAP. Really, you have through this week and maybe like Monday, Tuesday of that last week of school where I'll take late work. And then it's just going to be too chaotic once it's exam days to try to get caught up on any of that stuff. So if you want a grade review, hit me up. If you want to know like what you could possibly do to boost your score, shoot me an email, or better yet, come see me and I'll go over it with you. Otherwise, if you see a 0 or a low score, you can contact me and ask for a retake. So that's first thing, late work or retakes, okay? Next up, this is a huge one. Journals are due in the very near future. They're going to be due, I think I'm making it as basically Monday or maybe Tuesday of that last week of school, so next week. I'll accept them on through to exam day, right on to the last day of school at the very end of it, but don't push it that far. Get your journals all caught up. All journals should be at least 4 lines of writing for every journal entry. Most importantly, don't copy anybody else's. Don't take the easy way out. If I see journals coming in that look very, very similar and you have all the exact same opinions on everything, that looks kind of fishy, and that's a way for you to get flagged and end up taking a 0 on that. Now, journals are 25% of your overall grade, so that's a huge chunk of your quarter 4 grade, and really it should be easy like free points as long as you've gone through and kind of paid attention this quarter and then answer those pretty easy questions that are mostly opinion-based. You should get full credit on that. Now, we'll probably have one more journal coming up. I'll say when we've released our very last journal, which it'll be one day this week, and then from that time on, probably the same day, I will put up a post that says journals due here or something to that effect. Quarter 4 journals due. From that time on, you can submit it at any point as soon as you have them all situated. If you've missed any journals throughout the quarter, or if you've been putting them off all quarter long, which God help us, I hope there's not many of you in that situation. You have some time left. I would go through and all my journals for quarter 4 are labeled off. You know what I mean? Journal 1, Journal 2, Journal 3, and so on. You want to get those all made up, caught up, and get them submitted by early next week at the absolute latest. If you have questions about any of those, come contact me. I'll do what I can to help you out. The Q&A responses. Now that's something I don't take late, but we will probably do 1 or 2 more right here in this last week of school. They will be pretty easy. They'll probably correspond to either some life advice lessons that I have coming out or to maybe some of the Ask Me Anything extra credit like response videos I'm doing. So just be checking in every day. Those will be really easy as long as you get that last 1 or 2 in, whether you've gotten them all in all quarter or you've missed most of them, that can give you a little bit of a boost and help you out. So respond to the last Q&As that would be coming out over this next week. I think that hits pretty much everything. The exam is coming up. Now, remember, for every class on your schedule, once you're in high school, except advisory, you will have an exam. That's kind of teacher discretion as to what your exam looks like. For U.S. history, my exam is going to look a lot like it did for semester 1. So I'm still working on getting it all finalized and getting the study guide around. but I plan to run my exam next week. We'll have it completed before the last day of school, and I will give a day or two window. So more announcements on that in the very near future. We're probably looking at about a 40 to 50 question multiple choice exam. So similar to what we did in semester one. You want to go over and look at the study guide, which I will definitely have out to you before the upcoming weekend. So I'm going to try to get it out like within the next day. But I would think Thursday or Friday, this second to last week of school, would be the latest I would be getting it out, because I want to give you the whole weekend to look it over, review the materials, and to ask me questions should you have any. Early next week, probably Monday and Tuesday, will just be kind of exam study guide time where I'll be fielding questions. Then we'll get into the exam, and that's kind of wrapping everything up. So if you have questions about anything, contact me. I will do my best. I'm really busy right now, but I will try to get you a response via email really quick. I try to do it within an hour, or come on in and see me. I will do whatever I can to help you out. I'll definitely pause whatever I'm doing to talk to you one-on-one to help you out. So I encourage you to come in. Very, very last thing, I had posted an interview that I did with a World War II veteran. If you haven't seen that and you have time, I highly recommend you checking it out. Herb Elfring is an awesome guy. He was a survivor of the Pearl Harbor attack. He did a bunch of island hopping during World War II out in the Pacific. He has a very remarkable life story. Super interesting guy. I love talking with him. If you want a extra credit boost, this will be the last extra credit thing I'm throwing out this year. You could write Herb, after you view the video, you could write Herb a thank you letter for taking time out of his schedule to come in and do the interview and talk with us. If you write up a nice thank you letter, and if you need any advice on how to go about that, by all means, shoot me an email first, and I'll give you a little bit more detail on it. But I'll make it worth your while. If you write a really nice thank you letter, I'm not giving an exact point value for it. Basically, I will give you, for the quality of your letter will determine how much extra credit you get on this. If it's a really quick, like 3-sentence, just thanks for coming in, I'll throw you something, a couple points. But if you write me a really nice, or write him a really nice thank you letter and get it to me, whether it's done in a Google Doc or if you handwrite it, he might, if you have decent penmanship, he probably would prefer a handwritten letter. I would love to be able to give him a few thank you letters, because I very much appreciated him coming in and loved talking to him. And I think it would mean a lot if he got some thank you letters from some of the students out there. So just know if you do a quality job on that, it would probably take you 20 minutes or so, and I will make it worth your while and award you some extra credit in U.S. history class. Okay, that's kind of the end of the year rundown and announcements. Hit me up if you got any questions. I'll be back with some more Ask Me Anything responses and some life advice stuff, and the study guide all coming out here in the next few days.